Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. Please leave a comment below and let us all know. Welcome back for those who have been with me for a while. Today we're going over trust. This is for the real estate exam. If you need this section, then this would be the thing to watch. Be sure and take screenshots as you need it. Keep watching it over and over till you get it. And you can always contact me via my website. All right, I am signing off, but you will hear me in the background. Okay, we're going to talk about trust today. It is very likely that sometime in your career, someone will come to you and ask you to buy or sell a property that they don't actually own, one that belongs to somebody else. What? Isn't that illegal? No, it's not illegal if you have a trust set up. And today that's what we're going to talk about, the trust rules. Defining trust. Okay, trust is a special relationship called a fiduciary relationship that is created between a trustee and a trustor. A trustor is the person who creates the trust, and the trustee is the person who carries out the trust. For example, I have a trust, and when I die, I have someone else in charge. The trustee is going to carry out my wishes. Why can't this person do his or her own buying and selling? There are reasons a person may set up a trust. Often it's because the beneficiary, the one who benefits from the trust, is a minor or infirm. Quite often the parents will set up a trust to benefit their offspring. Trusts are very common and very accommodating. An asset may be held in a trust for somebody who's too young and they can't handle the money right now, or for whatever other reason. Anyone can set up a trust naming anyone, including the person who sets up the trust as a beneficiary, trustee, or both. A trustee, a grantor, or a settlor conveys the title to a trustee. Don't get hung up too much on those words. Just know that a trustor and a trustee, that would be the main thing here. Person benefiting from the trust. I want to say beneficiary. So the way to remember this one is they're benefiting and they're beneficiary. The person carrying out the trustor's wishes is the trustee, and the person who conveys the title to the trustee is the trustor. I know, very confusing, right? All right. So this is an important area, and we will cover it in depth later. Okay, so if you're taking a screenshot, you might want to do that right now so you can go back and look at it. Okay, and we will keep going. Okay, that's it on that. Okay, so we're going to keep going because that's like way too short. Okay, so we're going to do living and testamentary trust. All right, introducing living and testamentary trust. One way to hold ownership in real property is through a trust, and an important advantage of a trust is to avoid probate. So trusts are often used in estate planning. When someone dies, like I was telling you earlier, I have a trust, and if I die, my estate will go through probate. It will go through a lawyer to ensure that the instructions of a will, which I have, and the laws are hereditary if they don't are fulfilled correctly. So the process of probate can take up to a year because all of the property has to be sold, and then the money or whatever their requests are have to be dispersed to the heirs. A living trust is created during a person's lifetime and is often used when minor children are involved. The property can be placed within a trust for their use in their lifetime or when they reach an age determined by the person who creates the trust. Let's say, for instance, the parents feel that this person will not be able to handle a certain kind of money until they reach 18 or 22 or 25, or you can distribute a certain amount of the money at whenever they reach a certain age. Let's say for 18 years old, they get 10% of the money. When they reach 25, they'll get 25%. So it is an example. A living trust differs from a living will in that the living trust is established to convey property, whereas a living will is created to dictate terms of care in the event that the trust maker becomes incapacitated. So sometimes this happens when somebody is taking care of a mental child or somebody with a handicap or disability, where these people are always going to have care. Even when the owner or the parent dies, they're going to have to be cared for. So they will set up a living trust. They will put them in some kind of a facility and make sure that they're taken care of. A testamentary trust is created according to terms of the will of a deceased person. Unlike living trusts, testamentary trusts do not avoid probate. All right, we're not going to watch any videos because of copyrights, but there probably is a YouTube video on testamentary trusts. If you want to watch a video on that, be sure and watch that out. I think we already talked about this one, didn't we, or did we? Okay, let's see. One way to hold ownership in real property is through a trust. All right, we already read all of this. Okay, we're not going to read this again. If you want this download, be sure and contact me on my website, and I will give that to you, print it out, so you can read it over, study it. It also may be in a book, too, by the way, but some of us learn by videos, some of us learn by auditory, some learn by reading. So everybody has a different way of learning. So whatever works for you, try it out. If this helps, then keep watching and listening to this over and over. Determine whether the statements about living trusts, testamentary trusts, and probates are true or false. All estates must go through a probate. That's false. Property held within a living trust avoids probate. I'm going to say true from what we just read. A living trust is created during a person's lifetime and is established to convey property. I believe that's true. A testamentary trust is created according to the terms of the will of the deceased person. I think that's true. I can't remember. Both living and testamentary trusts avoid probate. I don't know about that one. That one's... Beneficiaries aren't responsible for the cost of administering a testamentary trust. I don't know. I don't remember reading that one either. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh. Alright, we didn't do too bad. We got the last two wrong. Only living trusts avoid probate. Testamentary trusts don't. Testamentary trusts may have a probate. Okay, beneficiaries aren't responsible for the cost of administering testamentary trust. So apparently... that is false. They are responsible. Okay. A living trust is created during a person's lifetime. Okay. So all of them are true except for the last two. No, this one's false too. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's do this again. Get ready to take your screenshots. If you need it blank, there you go. All estates must go through probate. False. Property held within a living trust avoids probate. Property held within a living trust avoids probate. True. A living trust, a testamentary trust is created to the terms. False. False. Alright, let's see how we did. Okay, good. Alright, here's your last time to get a screenshot on this, or you'll just watch it again. Okay, all trusts have 3 parties. Do you know the responsibility of each party? Connect each party to the description. The maker of the trust, Trustee, the person in charge of carrying them out. Oh no, I think this is the maker. This is the person carrying it out. And this is them. Let's check it. You got it. Yay. Okay. So I don't know how many questions on the test there's going to be of this. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be at least one. It's good to know, but it's good to know these things, but in a real estate world, you're not going to have this memorized. All right, two, in the real world, you're not going to have this memorized. Probably for the test you might, but to create a test, the trustor usually conveys property to the trustee with instructions regarding how the trustee is to hold and manage it on behalf of the beneficiary. The role of the trustor and trustee cannot be held in the same person. Spouses may transfer real and personal property into a trust and then name themselves as joint trustees with right of survivorship. That's true. So if you had a child, I'm guessing that's true. I don't know, actually. In the case of a married couple, after the death of the second spouse, the estate is distributed to the beneficiary. Beneficiary is named in the trust. The creation of a trust is a legal process best handled by attorneys. There is no cost with associating and maintaining a trust. I don't believe that. Let's see if they have anything down here. Okay. All right, we got something wrong. What did we get wrong? The role of the trustor and trustee cannot be held by the same person. Okay, often the trustor and the trustee will be the same person until the trustor dies, in which case the new trustee is named within the trust. Okay, that's false. Okay, let's try again. Be sure and get your screenshots if you need them. To create a trust, usually conveyor. This is true. False. Spouses may turn, yes. In the case of a married couple after the death, I think that said that was true. And the creation of a trust is best handled by attorneys, and usually it doesn't cost that much. All right, good job. There are many benefits to establishing a living trust. Can you identify two of them? Let's see if we got it. There are two benefits to living trust here, and they usually have to do with time and cost. Okay. A trust costs less than probate. And upon death, a trust can be settled very quickly. Yeah, and trusts avoid taxes entirely. That's not true. Okay. I think we're coming to an end. All right, so next we'll talk about land trusts. Okay. So if you want to keep going, then stay tuned for the next video, and we will talk about land trusts. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, liking, subscribing, all that jazz. Thank you.